Hello, my friends. Here we are. Woo, Monday after 4th of July. Holy moly. And here we are. Okay. Today, I don't know about you, but after a holiday, I want something simple. I want something easy. And today we decided we would just try some chicken nuggets. So I have never had any of these three. So we're talking Applegate, which I'm going to pop in the oven. Hey, Christy, how you doing? I'm going to pop these in the air fryer real quick because we're going to cook these separately. They all have different temperatures and they all have different times. Of course they do, right? So these Applegate go for, because I know my air fryer, we're going to alter this, but they go for 360 for 7 to 10 minutes, which in mine means we're going to go at 385 because my air fryer is not that hot. So we're going to do 385 for 10 minutes. Can guarantee that's what they're going to need. So that's these guys. And then we're going to go for these guys. The Purdue is going to be second because they go at 350, excuse me, for 6 minutes. So that's those guys. And then we've got the Tyson ones. Hi, Ruby. And those go for 330 for 6 minutes. So they call these, they were calling these unbreaded, but they do have something that looks like breading. And now I know why. I wondered why these were like a lower temp and so much a shorter of a time. And it's like, oh, because they're smaller. That's why. So I'm going to do 3 of each. And then I'll make more for my family. Probably the one we like the best we'll eat first. So, and hopefully they're all good. So I chose that, and then I'm going to try them because this is what we eat mostly in my family. I'm going to try them with ketchup, one with ketchup, one with Chick-fil-A sauce, which is my husband's favorite, and then one with ranch, which is IT guy's favorite. I tend to actually not eat them, or I eat them with tartar sauce. So that's my favorite. So let's see here. Okay, I wrote all this down. Yay me. I'm going to have IT guy put these back in the freezer for me. We're going to eat them later, so you can put them back in the fridge for now. They'll stay frozen. And I didn't think about it, but if you would get me out the tartar sauce, and I'll need another bowl, please. So anyway, while that's cooking, I love the idea of eat what you want, add what you need, and I need a vegetable that's not a French fry. I mean, we're going to make French fries later, but for the guys especially, I'll just have a small amount. But because I've got the tartar sauce, it should be upper right. Red lid. Pull that out. No, just take that off the door. Oh, okay. He's trying not to spill something. No. Take the mayo out of the door, you goober. Is there one behind it? Okay. All right. He was going to take the whole thing off the door. Never mind. If you can't find it, don't. Oh, there it is right there. Silly boy. Not boy. So, nope. He's far from stupid. He is incredibly intelligent, actually. So anyway, on the eat what you want, add what you need. Trying to get plenty of vegetables in there. Thank you. So, a couple ways to eat this. I'm going to make a caprese salad. Um, I don't even know what that means. So, I don't watch that. So, anyway, this is something I absolutely love, and especially this time of year when the tomatoes start coming in. I love a caprese salad. My family, not so much, but partially because IT guy doesn't like the uh, he doesn't like balsamic much. I happen to love it. And actually, I didn't realize this, but Mr. 513 has never even tried it. So he said he'll give it a try today. So there you go. And these weren't very big Romas, so I wanted to make sure that I gave the mozzarella lots to sit on. And whatever we don't eat for dinner, I will eat for lunch tomorrow. That's my favorite thing is when there are leftovers for tomorrow for lunch. I don't have to. Lunch is already done. Um, and you know what? I get it. The thing I love about this, because balsamic can be really like, what's the word I want? Almost acrid. This is a glaze, and it is it's made from a Moderna balsamic, so those tend to be a little bit on the sweeter side. So anyway, this one's my favorite. Like I said, I get it at Costco. The other thing about caprese salad, I had tried it so many times, it always sounded so good to me because I love fresh mozzarella, uh, is the fact that I could never like make it at home. It always tasted terrible. And that's when I found out how much your olive oil matters. So this is a local place we have called the Spicy Olive. That's a pretty good one. But my son and his wife spent some time in Portugal and Spain. Um, and they brought me back this Spanish olive oil. Y'all, it's primo. I'm telling you. Now, to season the tomatoes, a little bit of salt, not much. We're watching the salt these days. A little bit of pepper. Like I said, we're going to drizzle some really, really good olive oil. And yeah, it was nice, Ruby. And I love this thing. Look at this. All right, this pops up, and then you unscrew it. Isn't that cool? I love this thing. I'm like, I need them to go back so they can bring me more next year. I'm sure they would go back in a heartbeat. They loved it over there. They're architects, and they went to see the architecture. My daughter-in-law won a contest when she was in college and got money to travel, and they graduated in 2015. So, or no, sorry, 2019 from college, and she was supposed to be given a year to travel, and then COVID came, so that got extended, and they finally got to go last year. So anyway, so there, just a little drizzle on there of the olive oil. That's the other thing. A lot of people drown it, and that's not good either. So, and then just a little, I do just a little drizzle. I don't overdo it. Same thing. It can be drowning and swimming in this stuff, and I don't like it like that. So there's that. And then the mozzarella. I buy mine, now, Burrata's the best, hands down. I buy mine from Costco. It's the same brand. It's just got different branding on it as the famous one. And these are they're pre-sliced, which I adore. Because when I want to just throw it on a burger or something like that, it's already done. And then it's on here. And actually, I think I'm going to be able to cut this one in thirds. Like I said, this will be for me and Mr. 513, and if it doesn't get eaten, that'll be lunch tomorrow. I'm not mad about that. So, and then, all right, then the last piece of this lovely puzzle. Oh no, some left over. Anyway, the last piece of this puzzle is basil. And this, or basil, depending on where you're from in the world, this is from my garden. So I finally got to harvest some basil from my garden. Hooray! Not that it wasn't ready to be harvested, but it's been so hot. I didn't want to mess with the plant too much. So agreed, Christy. I agree 100%. The simpler it is, the better the quality you want of your ingredients. It's interesting because I watch Bake Off and I watch the Great British Sewing Bee. And it's funny because the experts say that all the time. They're like, there's nothing wrong with doing something simple. But if it's simple, it needs to be perfect. And so that's kind of the, the philosophy of simple is great, but if you're going to go simple, make sure everything you use is good quality. So some people prefer that's the other thing. Some people will put all this and then put the oil and the balsamic on. I prefer to put it on the tomatoes because that gives the tomatoes time to kind of marinate in that. Some people will just put a leaf of the basil on and eat it like that. I don't mind the whole basil leaf, but I prefer that for like when I make a caprese skewer, when I use one of the small, what do they call them, ciglietti of mozzarella, and then a leaf and a cherry tomato. For this, I much prefer it to be chopped up. That's supposed to sit for a minute or two. And while it does that, and we'll finish pulling my basil off of here. Y'all, I know it's cooler outside, but I got to tell you, I was outside for almost an hour this morning, and the hubs was helping me. And it was brutal. We were absolutely soaking wet by the time we were done. It was just so, and it didn't feel like it was that hot, I guess because it's been so hot, but man, it was a mess. So anyway, this is the best way to do this. And if you don't know how to do, if you've ever heard of chiffonade, you take these leaves and you just kind of roll them up like that, okay? And then you just cut them very thinly. And that's how a lot of people prefer it. That's how I like it. It's enough taste, but it's not like the whole leaf. And I like to get the leaves that are not quite as big. I've got one or two big ones here because then they encase the other ones, which is nice. But, and I like a lot of basil. Even though I like basil, I don't need the whole leaf. I like it to be cut. And the nice thing about it being cut like that is it releases more of the flavor. So, also makes it pretty. And one of the things about the salad is, and this is, I forget where I heard this, some cooking show, I'm sure, but it's particularly the colors of the Italian flag. So, all Italian ingredients as well. And I'm sure there's other cultures that have a similar salad with whatever cheese is their kind of cheese. So anyway, but let's get the next set of these guys in. So next we're going to do the Applegate. And I'm going to pull those guys out. I'm going to grab another plate real quick. You can tell it was a holiday weekend. I don't have my utensils over here. I knew I wouldn't need a lot of them, so I didn't really worry about it. So, okay. And then we're going to get so these are the Applegate, or these are the Purdue. The Applegates were first, right? Yeah. So these are the Purdue, I think. I don't know. I'll figure it out here in a minute. Like I said, not really all together today. Doing our best, right? We're just doing our best. Going through the day. All right. Press that. And these are 360. Where's my piece of paper? There it is. So that was 360. So the Purdue's are going to be 375. And those are for 6 minutes. And then those are going to sit in there. What? Oh, those are the Tysons? No, those are right. Those are the Purdue's. Yeah. So. No, the other ones are they're 350 and 360, right? Oh, it is 350. Oh no, we're fine then. I put it on 375 anyway. I always go 25 more. Anyway. Sorry guys. Okay. I'm gonna have to cut one of these in half because I only made 3 of each. So I decided to use okay, here's the ding. Here you go, Ruby. My Mr. 513 likes honey mustard, but the rest of us don't. And hi, June. Don't worry about it. No worries. I think this Chick-fil-A sauce, I know it's got mustard in it. I think it has like a honey mustard kind of flavor. So I'm not huge on mustard in general, to be honest. I like it to flavor things. I don't necessarily like it on things. So I take some grief. Like, I still eat ketchup on a hot dog. And despite what even some of our former presidents would say, I'm older than 8 years old. But when it comes to a hot dog, I don't mind if it's got ketchup and mustard. I just don't like mustard alone. So I'm not a huge mustard fan. So, there you go. Well, hey, we're neighbors, right? I'm in Ohio, so we're pretty close neighbors. And yes, I try to be wholesome, to be honest with you. So I wasn't going to start with the tartar sauce on this one, but since I had to get it out of the jar, we're going to start with the tartar sauce. You know what? I should have eaten that on its own. Because I'll tell you what, it's got a nice crunch, which a lot of gluten-free things don't. The chicken is still tender. It's not dry, and it's not gummy. And well, that's nice. Oh, Chris, you and my husband. I keep telling you that. You and my husband will get along really well. He loves horseradish. Um, I like Dijon mustard and like a vinaigrette when I'm making a vinaigrette. Okay, so by itself it was fine. You're not getting any. I only made 3. If you want to try the rest of them, get out a couple more. Um, you get some for dinner anyway, so we'll have them taste tests as well, and then try it with ranch. That's IT guys go to. I'm just gonna take ranch out of the mix. Just no, I don't like them. Goodness gracious! All right, this is the Chick-fil-A sauce, which the only reason I'm doing it is because we could buy it. My granddaughter loves this stuff, so we buy it for when she comes. And honestly, if you've never had Chick-fil-A sauce, it's like a really sweet honey mustard, a little smoky. It's really nice with the chicken. And then good old ketchup. So that's really nice. I honestly think if you got kids, they would like those a lot. They look like regular chicken nuggets, and they don't taste. If you've eaten gluten free, anything breaded can be very, very gummy and not very crunchy. And that's got a nice little crunch to it. See, that's the Applegate brand. It was really, really good. The next brand that we're going to do is, this will be the Purdue that we'll be trying next. But in the meantime, I'm going to have my little palate cleanser here. The other thing is, if you don't want to go to this trouble, and often I don't want to go to this trouble to make it so pretty, does need to sit for a minute or two. I will just cut up cherry tomatoes, like I said, and I'll get the little, I think they're called ciglietti, and mozzarella, and then just make a little salad bowl out of it. Presentation is lovely, but when it's just me, I don't care. And it feels weird to put salt on a salad, to be honest with you. But just that little bit of sea salt, like I said, it kind of marinates the tomatoes and it just makes them, I don't know, makes the flavor just pop a little more. So anyway, it's traditionally made with Roma tomatoes, but I know a lot of people, I have to tell you, it's amazing with a beefsteak tomato. It's wonderful with an heirloom tomato. It all works. And I will eat this a dozen, 2 dozen times over the summer. The better the tomatoes get, the more I crave this salad. It's so, so good. Anyway, so let's grab out our Purdue nuggets. Not as hopeful. I'm going to wipe that off. These are hot. So I don't get any of the tomato juice on there. Okay. Whew, you're going back in there. That's hot. Okay. Then we're going to put these little guys in. Oh, piece of pepper. All right. So 3, are those 350 also? Yeah, so we're going to leave that there. And 6 minutes also. So we're good there. All right. Nope, Tyson are 330. So I went that down to 355. Okay. Okay, so try on the Purdue ones. Cut those in half. Now, maybe I should have cooked these a little longer because they're not quite as crunchy. I didn't cough on my hand. And besides, this is my food. So, no, I just coughed. So, and it wasn't a cough. It was a, so anyway, um, mm, honestly, this is a more typical nugget. It's got cooking it according to their directions. The flavor's not bad, but that gumminess, um, it's there. Um, what I might do to try to combat that is I'm going to sneeze. Pepper did a number on me. Um, by the way, there's a trash bag right there. I didn't just throw a used thing that I used on my nose. It's in the trash in case anybody's really interested. It just doesn't have the nice texture that the Applegate did. The chicken's okay. It's not as flavorful as the Applegate. Yes, they're all bagged and they're all ready to cook. So that's why we're trying them. I've got the Purdue chicken tenders, and these are very similar. It's, they were the only ones I could get for the longest time. The other thing is, I will tell you, I think they were all pretty much the same price. I probably should have checked that out a little more carefully, but I'm pretty sure those are the same price. I will check that out and I'll let you guys know about that tomorrow. They're a little more than regular nuggets, but to not be sick and to not have to make them on my own, which I have done also. IT guy and I did that one time, and they were very good, but they were a lot of work. We ended up making them in the wok so that we could deep fry them because air frying wouldn't have worked for the way we made them. But oh my goodness, I think it took us what, a couple hours to make them from start to finish. It was not worth the time. Do you want to try these? So I can give them over to him. I don't know about you, but I'm going to have a little more Caprese salad. You good? All right. Mr. 513 decided to take the day off today. We always have crazy holiday weekends. Even when we don't plan anything, it ends up being really, really busy. Um, so we we decided that he would take today off, which was really nice because he helped me in the yard this morning. He did some additional yard work. We walked at our rec center together. We had a nice day. So, um, it's there. We were discussing this earlier. Some people put it on top. I have a balsamic glaze on there, but it's actually between the mozzarella and the tomato instead of drizzled on top because I like it to kind of marinate the tomatoes. So that's why. That's just my preferred way. Um, oh, bless your heart. Not yours. All right, you guy. You got him? You tracking on him? Thank you. Okay. Again, those are supposed to sit for about a minute. Excuse me. Honestly, that's something that used to scare me and why I didn't really pursue what I've always wanted to do, and that's build a community around really good food and really good eating. Because you know the trolls will come. And I've seen it get really brutal with some people. So I had to do some work on me first to say, you know what? I am who I am. I am what am I, 63 now? I just turned 63. I have to remind myself. I'm a 63-year-old Nana. And I love people. But I also know there's people out there that are just out there to make other people feel bad. And I know what I look like. I know that I'm overweight. I know that I'm missing some hair, stress related, all of it. And I'm at peace with it. So I think that's the best part of this is I'm at peace with it. So they can come in here and they can try to ruffle my feathers, and that's okay. But you know, it's much harder to hurt my feelings than it used to be. So it's not worth getting upset about. It gives people too much power. So I'm gonna pop those guys off of there. Fly away, be free. So I'm interested because these are not super they're not super breaded. So thank you. I appreciate that. I received that in the best way. I love hearing that I have good energy. That's one of the things that brings me great joy. So you don't have to be sorry. I honestly, if you knew me off camera, Christy, you would know that wouldn't bother me at all. I don't swear online because my grandkids might see this someday. That's really it. But yeah, I have no problem with people who swear. We've had, I think we've had that discussion before. So anyway, but I don't know if yeah, the detective there, our detective, you can see there's some balsamic there. I just wanted to show you. I didn't leave it out. I know it looks kind of pathetic, but I really like it on the tomato. So, all right. I want to be able, you know what? I was going to taste it first. Good. It's my last ones anyway. All right, let's try this. These are the Tyson ones, and they are, I think they call them they almost taste unbreaded is what they say. So, is it Shatika? If it is, that's a beautiful name. Good afternoon. Blessings to you too. Okay, that's really different than the other two. I'll be honest. I'm still deciding whether I like it or not. Hmm. It has a very different texture. Where the other ones have that breading on it. This is just, it's such a light breading, you don't really get it. So, um, now what, Ruby? Oh, okay. Sorry, it took me a second. I love that. That was great. That's interesting. Okay, let me try it with the ketchup here because I have thoughts. That's really interesting. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say the Applegate are my favorite. I would 100% buy those again. The Purdue, eh. Of the three I've tried today, that's probably the one I'd be least likely to buy again. But these, what's really interesting about these is like alone, this is actually my least favorite to eat just by itself without a sauce. Didn't really like it with the tartar sauce, which is normally my personal favorite for things like fish sticks and chicken patties and chicken nuggets and things. I love, and this is a local brand that was a local franchise, and even though they don't exist anymore, that has held on. It's one of those kind of things where it's so popular. Um, but what's really interesting about the Tyson is less breading. So if you're a less breading person, you might like that better. But of all of them, these taste the best with the Chick-fil-A sauce, or like if you wanted a honey mustard. It really works well with that. I don't know why. You're right. Christy, they might be good on top of green salad. Um, so yeah, I feel like, and same with the ketchup. They're pretty good with the ketchup, but not good necessarily on their own. So the Applegate, they're good for anything. I think so. I think you could serve the Applegate ones. If you had somebody who's gluten free, I think you could serve those. And I don't think anybody else would know they were gluten free unless they knew that that person could only eat gluten free. They taste that good. The Purdue, anybody who's not gluten free is going to say there's something weird about these. They might even say there's something wrong with these because they've got that typical gluten free texture that those of us who've eaten gluten free for a long time, we almost kind of get used to. We don't love it, but we can tolerate it. At least most people I know can. Um, but then the Tyson ones, like Christy said, they would be good on a salad, especially if you have a good dressing that you really like. Um, I think that would be great. They go good with the honey mustard. They go good with the uh, ketchup. And I think the thing is, like, they're almost made to take a sauce because there's not a lot of breading, so you don't have the taste of the breading as part of the nugget, to be precise. So I do. I do remember you. I don't remember which video we were making, but I do remember because you're in some part of Asia, and I can't remember exactly where. But anyway, I decided today was going to be a simple day, and so we're going to cook some more nuggets. We're going to add some fries to that for the day. Tomorrow is going to be a much different day. Tomorrow we're going to do some pork tenderloin. I buy them in the big pack, so I always cook two of them at one time. And then again, there's leftovers, so everybody's got lunches. I tend to usually barbecue one and I marinate one. So I will be marinating one tonight or early in the morning tomorrow. And then, oh, yeah. Oh, that would, yes. Sauce like that, if you had a good, thick, sorry, my chat is awesome. You guys have the best ideas. Um, if you had like a Chinese sauce that you liked, like if you wanted to do like a General Tso's chicken, you could do that, or a sesame chicken. Oh my gosh! Now you got me thinking. You got me thinking, Christy. I love sesame chicken, and that's one of those meals that I do miss a lot. So I might have to do that. I might even save them for that, to be honest. But anyway, tomorrow is going to be pork tenderloin, and tomorrow is National Macaroni Day. And I'm telling you, if you look up macaroni recipes, you're going to get basically three things. You get mac and cheese, you get macaroni salad, and you get chili mac. Those are the three things you typically get. My family would revolt if I made a macaroni salad and said, "Oh, this is what goes with dinner." They'd be like, no way. As a matter of fact, I got IT guy smiling over that. Well, happy belated birthday. I know a lot of people who had birthdays in the last 5 days. So anyway, so yeah, that's tomorrow. We're gonna do the pork tenderloin. We're gonna make some gluten-free, mac and cheese. And then we're gonna do a stovetop version this week, because I think next week we're probably gonna do a baked version, because for whatever crazy reason, tomorrow is National Macaroni Day, and next Tuesday is National Mac and Cheese Day. So whatever. Um, it's been great hanging with you guys today. We're done a little bit early, but tomorrow we will do pork tenderloins. We will do the mac and cheese, and probably some air fried broccoli as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's been great hanging out with you. Thanks everybody for hanging out here and for the great ideas that everybody was throwing back at me. I am going to write down like sesame chicken or something like that we'll make with those Tyson nuggets, because I think that'll be perfect. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. As I always say, eat well, be well, and I love you guys. See you tomorrow.